Always do your best. What you plant now, you will harvest later. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to this momentous occasion of learning. I, Ritika Singh, Senior Student Manager at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Sri Balaji University, Pune, interning at NSDL Payments Bank, will be your masters of ceremony for today. I'll ensure that every aspect of this event unfolds seamlessly and with utmost enthusiasm. I would like to welcome you all to Ignite Spark the Potential session on building purposefully career in the digital world. Our guest for today is a remarkable individual who made an impact through her journey. It's an indeed honor to have Miss Malar Vili ma'am, who is a true corporate leader and a visionary. May I now request our director, Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Sri Balaji University, Pune, Dr. Sanjeet Kumar Das sir, to felicitate our guest of honor. Thank you, sir. Ma'am, for us to thrive in very competitive world, Sri Balaji University Pune has an excellent academic program with the inbuilt rigor and resilience and a process driven approach. We would like to extend our greetings to our Chancellor, Sri Balaji University Pune, Professor Parmanandan Balasubramanian Sir, Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. G.K. Shirude Sir, Deans, di- Directors, Deputy Directors, faculty members, and to all our student managers. Discipline, dedication, determination are the three values on which Sri Balaji University Pune provides career specific contemporary education with a strong emphasis on practical training and overall development of the students. Sri Balaji University Pune is very proud of constituent institutes, namely Balaji Institute of Modern Management, BIMM, Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, BITM, Balaji Institute of International Business, BIIB, Balaji Institute of Management and Human Resource Development, BIMHRD, Balaji Schools of Arts and Science, Balaji School of Law, which produce exceptional student managers. The prestigious Times of India B School survey has ranked Sri Balaji University Pune as top 12 B schools in India and ranked top 4 among private university. Sri Balaji University is known for its 100% placement record as more than 300 companies visit our campus for internship and placements. The intense grooming and the maximum learning hour record has enabled our student manager to emerge as a leader in corporate world. On this gracious occasion, we fondly remember our founder, late Professor Dr. Colonel A. Balasubramanian Sir, for his vision to impart quality education to the youths of our country. As we deep dive into realm of learning, prepare to be inspired, uplifted, and driven to new heights. May I now request our student manager, Ms. Ria Mahajan, to introduce our guest.
Everyone at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Balaji University, Pune. I'm honored and privileged to introduce our esteemed guest, Ms. Malar Vili, digital strategist. Ma'am is an award-winning digital transformation leader with over 26 years of experience in information technology and software industry. He has been instrumental in driving enterprise wide innovation and enabling organizations to navigate complex challenges with sustainable, scalable solutions. This year, 2025, she was honored with the prestigious Innovation Leadership Award at the Excellence in World Innovation Congress, recognizing her visionary leadership and impact across industry. Ma'am holds a master in computer application from NIT Trichy and is also an alumni of IIM Nagpur. Throughout her career, she has led multi-million dollar global programs, improved customer experience through digital disruption, and mentored high performing teams. Her work has consistently brought operational excellence and long term transformation for some of the most critical business accounts in the industry. Outside her professional success, Malar Ma'am is a professional speaker, mentor, and advocate for the purposeful living. He actively guides younger professionals, especially women, toward meaningful careers and speak regularly at academic and leadership forums. Grounded in faith and driven by impact, she is also involved in social outreach and enjoys gardening, mentoring, and giving back to underserved communities. We are indeed fortunate to have such an accomplished and inspiring individual with us today. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Miss Malar Vili. Ma'am, the stage is all yours. Thank you.
Hey, good evening, all of you. I'm waiting for the caller mic. I might as wow. Great. Once again, and it is my pleasure. And I generally proud to be working. Last year, I've done my strategic management course in IIM Nagpur, and it's a 1 year course. And I really enjoyed becoming a student after 8 long years. It's so crazy. All right. So a little more intro about me. Heard about me already. Additionally, so privileged to what and going through all the procedures to prove myself. That is one of it. The reason why I'm saying I will tell before I get to the lecture, practice is better, right? Don't feel bored, again and again. I didn't know, right from our school. Okay, let's talk about the digital world. According to you, what do you mean by digital? What is it? Not available. What does that mean? Really not available. So technology. Okay, little new. What is a digital? It's a virtual world. Yes, we little. Yeah, the word. But what is a digital? Are we?
Hello, ma'am. My name is Rohit Ramteke
Okay.
from BMHRD, studying project management. Ma'am, digital world is a world in web where we have each person have their personal identities and they are posting their photos, experiences, and where we can advertise many things.
What social?
Yeah.
So according to you,
No, not just social media,
okay.
extension.
Extent. Okay. Here comes one word, one voice. Make life easier, isn't it? So what do you all do now? Taking cash and you are saying, is that what you say? Phone pay, right? The world, pay phone. The world is but net, the internet, right? Now you have a Wi-Fi. Can you do? What does it need? The net. Have a text or a word document, and that is in your. How are you sending the platform? Are you all with me? For definition, yeah, sharing the what I'm doing. I'm for walk, traveled or walked kilometers or 30 rupees, 100 rupees, but right? Or in the hardly we hardly we the laptop, cell phone, that is or in the of your every white paper, even the class that's spent, right? Other than that, in your hardly probably to take phone recall. That is what the do over the net. And can you do anything without the net or speak? I can still do this without internet. That means just digital. We are in the digital. Probably at least everyone want us the end of the job. for that. That's it. We are into as we talked about world around us, communication, anything, the basic. Or how many of you are going to your own apps that had come? Whether you use Mart or you use what? LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a or a networking. If you so now, what I want is I want eyes 30 seconds, and I want you about that you are into 30 or 30 2030 year of or 2030. Imagine yourself you are into that in that year. Now, what is that you expect around that would in terms of the 30 seconds? Imagine the 2035 what 10 years from now. Now you are into the world. Can I hear from some imagine? Hear from some five people? I hear their imagine. What do you think the
Ma'am, we will not able to see the steering wheels of cars.
steering wheel charge and auto means what?
Means cars will be automated.
It's automated. Okay. Good. Human merchant. Maybe the thoughts people started buying this. Okay.
Education fully become digital means like classes like regular sitting student and teacher sitting blackboard like this ends or it's very rare
Very rare. The learning you're talking.
or robot replace humans at many places.
Agree. Because it would robots would be
Ma'am, hyperloop trains will be there.
hyper
Hyperloop trains.
trains, faster trains. What do you mean? Can you elaborate that? Hyper
Hologram technology may come.
integrated for brain. Why you are saying that? What is the reason?
Tanshu Mishra.
But it has this chip in our mind already placing the hand level that what we are bad
Thanks to
And the fish food.
vegetables fruit. SBI will be
Else, last two.
Cash will online payment. Cash will totally get stopped.
Almost
Yeah.
almost 80%.
Imagine.
Yeah, 100%. Curable and curable. Fight. Okay, yeah, we can fight for less subsidy. Or is becoming automated. How about bikes? Buying bikes, or would it be traveling it? Sorry, own
Thank you.
taxi. Okay, yes, that is possible.
Involvement of robotics in war also.
Robotic thing. Alright, we heard enough. Here is robotic. Now probably we robotics would be coming home of human, right? And you must have heard one of the common things in our day-to-day life, fire product. All so IT. Uh, welcome. Thanks for coming, right? And then how can I help you that voice real human? 5 years from other or even that matter IT support of guys who been attending level one support. What happened to what's all replaced by bots? All replaced. Want to help? Hi, thanks for connecting. For option, can I help? Done. And if 80% of chatbots are doing so, last 5 years or 3 years, if you stay into the IT support and money bank you money and really into a digital world now, which means how it will. So 2030, will you be more happy to work, more happy with all these facilities? Will you be enjoying or you won't be happy? Not user friendly, not social friendly with all this advancement, in all the areas that no, you're not going to enjoy, you're going to enjoy. Sorry, not able to hear anybody. This change is welcoming change or not welcoming? Welcoming change, right? So now I'm coming to this digital world. As on 2020, this much technology, this much automation changes that is happening, where we are still able to manage. Now, 2030, you will be imagining, you will be working, right? 2030, you will be working, right? You all agree with me? So, what kind of career you want? Is it going to be aligned with the technology and the growth of our country that is moving towards? Or you still want to pick up the career that of your choice, which is still, existing 3 years back? Father said, my mother said, my friend said, I want to become this only. Is it going to help? Right? So, so slide is here. Right. So what I'm going to cover, I gave the base. So what I want to communicate is that the world is evolving, changing is inevitable, and we are into the ever-changing world. So how about your career? How are you looking at your career? Is it not very, very, very important that you think about your career and plan it vigilantly? Do you think is that not important? It is important, right? All right. So I'm just going to cover these, here and world, whether it's a disruption or an opportunity world. About one, for us to define our career, first and foremost, purposeful. Purposeful. What is the purpose of the career? What is the purpose behind that? What is career? What do you want to become? Those days, people say I'm an lawyer, I'm mom, what to say, doctor. But moving forward, that is still exists. That all static roles. I'm not going to talk much about that. You can become a doctor, but you do not want to. That's why you're here, right? You can still become an engineer, but world here, right? So first of all, you need to keep your mind as a purposeful mind. That is very, very important. So how would you check yourself that your mind is mind? You can ask this question. I want you to work along with me. So end of the session, at least you have some clarity. No, I think I've done enough life. I want to take a break. He looked back at me and said, "What? Can you think once again?" And I just left it. Then the next day, am I going to really resign? Would I be comfortable resigning? I started thinking. Then I realized I'm doing some job notoriously, doing a role continuously in the same way what I'm doing it. And I'm not liking the role what I'm playing because it is continuously I'm doing it for 3 years or 4 years the same. So I started giving up in life. So and then I thought, okay, let me break. I'm not going to work anymore. That is the triggering point. Then I identified what is my triggering point. Then I realized that uh, my passion is not on the role what I'm working on. That is why my mind is giving up. Then I realized what is my passion. Am I aligning my passion, my strengths into what I want to become into my career? That is what then I realized, and I did my next level of homework. Then I started aligning myself into the career of my choice. Then I started enjoying. So even sometimes for joke, you said 8 years back you want to give a break. Are you still not looking at it? He says. But then the point I want to bring it here is unless you're passionate about what you want, you would not be able to stand for long. You would not be able to do it full heartedly. So what is the passion that triggering point you have that will what to say motivate you and keep you going? So that is very important. So you need to figure out your passion. All right, so if you see where your skill meets the values, that will transform and into your contribution. So passion is very, very important. You need to identify what is your passion. Is it into, as I said, life sciences, or is it into social media, or is it into manufacturing side, or is it into government sector, or is it into environmental, go green? You need to figure that out. That is very, very important. All right. So there are two tools I'm going to talk about which will help you identify the purposeful career, how you can identify that, right? We talked about passion, we talked about your strength, but how to identify that? There are two frameworks. One is the ikigai framework. It's a Chinese framework. Generally it is widely used. So that talks about, if you see that, what you love, that gets in with what the world needs. So both interaction together, it'll be your mission in your life. What you want, what is your mission, what you want to be, right? And the left side, if you see what you love versus what you are good at, both together will form your passion. So you need to question yourself and write three things what you love. And again, you need to question yourself what you're good at, and then put three questions there. Many people, are getting pushed or getting carried away with friends' recommendations, then start working. Then they realize, they are not good at it, and they fail. As they fail, they lose their self confidence. If you're failing on what you've taken, you need to check yourself. Failure is acceptable. Please fail in life multiple times. That's when you learn it. I failed multiple, right? But when you fail, you learn from it. So failure is 100% acceptable, but equally you need to check what you're good at, and aligning your career towards that is going. This side, if you see what can you can be paid off was what you're good at, that will become your profit. So that math, unless you do that right, you will not be able to align your career. This side, if you see what the world needs, what you get for the vacation. Vacation, nothing but don't go for vacation. Okay? It is the skills that is still needed to be fulfilled. That gap is what you identify. You can grow, you can spend a little more time on Ikigai framework, but this is one of the framework. You could Google in the net and do that exercise. That will help you to understand your core strength and the passion what you have, the strength what you have. That will help you to define your future career. If you see, have a growth mindset takes you to the greater height. The growth mindset, you all heard about it, right? What's a growth mindset? Any idea? becoming too much of theory. Let's go a little practical. Okay, when you aim towards a betterment of yourself, that's a growth mindset. Yes, all your definitions of some think big, aim big. Sorry, continuous improvements. Absolutely yes. Learning new things. Yes. Purposeful. Accepting mistakes that many people can't do. Accepting mistakes. A good point. Setting the perspective. Working towards it. Absolutely yes. I'll give you an example. Some years back, my manager came to me and he said, Malar, I want you to take up this. I was like, what? Already I'm dying, working 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day, and having late night work. And this guy comes and gives, Malar, take up this. This is altogether new animal. And I need to learn and I need to get the work done and do it. I was like frustrated for the day. Software industries, the frustration a little extra at times, right? So I was frustration to the core. So I went home and I shared with one of my colleagues. Always one of the lessons learned: don't share anything with them. They are your first competitor, right? But I did that. Probably, this happened. Let's say 8 to 10 years back, right? I did that. He said your manager wants to come up to the life. He's making you the victim of it. Don't accept it. Don't accept it. You go and tell him bluntly, you will not do it. I literally got alerted. So then what I did, I thought the same day. I do a lot of prayer, right? So I prayed about it and I thought about it. And I thought, let me take this as an opportunity, right? So I thought about it. I did my math and I went and told this to my boss. I told, I will take this up, but you need with conditions apply. Oh, you have some conditions, Malar? What are they? I said, I need one manager under me. And my current work, what I'm doing, set of projects, that manager will do. And that manager will report to me. And I will take this up and I will build this new section well, right? So, in a way, this will bring me next level of growth. He was like, okay, so you good to hear that. That's what he said. But bottom line is, every single issue or a challenge, what I want to tell you all, the point I'm making here is that make that as an opportunity, a growth mindset, right? So this is a big challenge. I was like, giving up, saying no. It is needed, but not in every places. So I do not want to say. At the same time, why not I take that as an opportunity, isn't it? Right? So a growth mindset, how you can grow every single challenge, turn it into an opportunity. So that is what I'm talking about, the growth mindset here. And we'll talk about one more framework, a simple framework, which all will understand, right? Why, how, what, right? Some people will go, senior people will go, what, why, how, and why also. But then why, how, what? You all do, right? This is the same thing. For you to identify what is a purposeful career you want to become. Because the olden days, it's all the ladder. You climb up step one, two, three, four. I had become like that only. A software engineer, senior software engineer, team lead, tech lead, project manager, senior project manager, and program manager, senior delivery manager, and then finally, right, senior director. I just worked as a senior director in a software company, right? So, point out I'm saying is that's a linear. You go step by step, and 1 year, 2 year, like nowadays it is changed. We are into the digital world. It is not going to be like that. A ready-made software engineer, a ready-made what you call, a ready-made analyst. You don't get it that way. It's not programmed anymore. It is designed. Your life, you need to do your exercise and you need to define and design your career. So that is why I'm talking about this. You need to understand your core values. So you need to ask yourself why, clarity of why, what is the purpose and cause of your belief, and what. Your strengths, values, and guiding principles. What? Right? And finally, sorry, how? Right? The second one. Finally, what? Consistency of what? Product, sold, service. Here in this case, what? In terms of what you will do or you want to do. What is it you can do? That is how the world has changed. 3 years back, I had a meeting. I had a one of the customer. We received a requirement, right? I had all the managers meeting. This is the requirement, and how can we do? And we're talking about the solution. One guy told, "Ma'am, I have a. Why don't you? Why we are talking about this solution? And instead of that, why don't we have a generic solution where we can make that as a product or a framework where we can customize all custom." So I was like, okay, let us have one-on-one. I don't want to say no to him, right? Because it is a open-mindedly we need to listen to people. So we had a one-on-one discussion. Told, what is it for me in return? Which means what is that I need to invest in terms of dollars, and what is that in terms of benefit we get it, right? Come meet me after 1 week with your plan. This guy wonderfully have done it, and within 6 months I had given him a team of people to manage that product, and towards the end, we ended up having bundle of customers for that product. So where all this is coming up, right? Consistently of what services you can offer. So at the services, nothing but your core strengths, core values. What is that you want to give back? And aligning yourself, your career towards that will definitely help you, right? Yeah. One, I want to talk about Indra Nooyi. Sure, all of you know about her, right? Yes. What do you feel proud about her? Two people, maybe? Okay. So definitely she, purpose-driven leadership she has done. She had a long-term vision she had for the company when she took over versus when she left the company. 80% of the revenues were, she made the profit out of it. All the areas she focused on purpose-driven strategies and stakeholder management. Done very well. And balanced leadership also is the other thing she has done it. So she is a great example for you to think what was the mindset. She even written a book, My Life in Full. You get a chance, read about that. It talks about the different paths she has come across, the challenges she has faced, but still how she reached her destiny. And she is not, ready-made, went and sat in her, what to say, career. She literally built it day by day, day by day. She started working towards that, and she, all right. So she is one of the great example leading with purpose. She had a clear purpose in her mind of what she wants to become and what she wants to bring the company to be, and she achieved it, irrespective of challenges, right? And digital world, talked about it. I will go a little quickly here. Is it a disruption or an opportunity? Disruption? Both. What is a disruption? Is somebody still having not having the understanding, want to clear up those points? What is disruption? Can please a few. What is a disruption? There's a pattern of when there is a break in the things that is happening. So yes. Sorry. Distraction. Maybe. Yeah.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
the discontinuation of a flow
Discontinuation of a flow
abruptly.
abruptly. Maybe that is disturbance. This is disruption. Maybe. Yes. What is disruption? Okay, I get that. Yes, you're right. So disruption is something. I'll give you an example straight away. GPay phone pay. You've been using cash. GPay phone pay. Not a technology disruption. The way you're looking at it, right now. Amazon. You go to the shop and you do the purchase. Came up with a platform where it can give you all electrical items, materials, retail, all the retail it had come. It has come house and door delivery. But a disruption. Disruption is something. Already there is a practice coming in. There is a new intervention or an opportunity which comes and disturbs the existing way that is happening. And it gives a powerful impact on what you're doing. Right? So GPay, PhonePe, did it bring a powerful impact on what you're doing? Big Basket, did it bring a powerful impact? Yes. Now recently, why- not that far, go to the shop, you go to the hotels, and they give you menu card, which is 10 pages. Now they keep only one small, rectangle paper with a QR code. Is it not a disruption? Right? So the challenge. So disruption happens when there is a challenge. The challenge for the hotel management people, the owner of hotels, is they need to keep the menu card 15, 20, 25. They need to print it. And they will do. But then when they keep the change, when they change the price, again they have to make the same 20, 30 copies. Or if you see some restaurants, they will even still will have the rate cards written in the paper and with a telephone tape on top of it, right? Everywhere there is a problem, there is a challenge. So now QR code, you go to the hotel, scan it, and then you get the menu card on your mobile. This is not a disruption. In 2007, the first iPhone came. What happened before? You had a Nokia big phone. Nokia is the big guy. He felt he's the king, royal king in the mobile world. But then what happened? He failed when somebody in his own company has, recommended go for soft keypads. That people love hard keypads. That's when, Samsung came into the picture with the soft keypads, and then they boomed, and Nokia's life went down. The disruption brought by Samsung. iPhone, the first guy who brought in all your camera, all your PDF files, all your scanners, everything together in one. Right? We had how many? Imagine how many electric items you had. iPhone brought the digital disruption. So think the digital disruptions what you're getting in. Similarly, in your career, what is the disruption you want to bring in? What are the key challenging items around us? Let it be social media, let it be retail, let it be life sciences, let it be government, key sectors. Think, right? So digital world, is it a disruption or an opportunity? In my view, it is both. Unless you bring a disruptive ideas, you cannot survive. Until you challenge every situation or convert them into an opportunity, difficult for you. Both are going to be there, right? So if you see now, AI in the digital world, AI, you all know, artificial intelligence, in terms of automation, we are seeing in terms of RPA, in terms of chatbots, in terms of everywhere, right? Now, who's your assistant nowadays? Somebody asked me who's your assistant. Some years back, I had a secretary who makes all the reports for me. Now, no more. That was nice in a way. But now I have my assistant or chatbot. If I still have a doubt, I go to Copilot and little rarely Gemini by Google. They are my assistants. ChatGPT heavily I use on mobile. I I want to name it actually. My because he's my personal assistant, right? So all I'm saying here is AI innovation is going and reaching boom somewhere. And how you want to build your career around it. Very, very important. Digital, world where you had your IT support. I gave you an example. Everything is digitalized, and with automation, with AI, it is changing. So how are we going to support that? W3 economy, decentralized digital ownership. Anybody heard about it? W3. See, one side digitalization, digital world, where people are going through centralized data storage, right? Where we have data analytics, we have IoT, cyber security, etc., right? Supply chain, etc. The other side now, the boom is Web3, right? So what Web3 does is it will decentralize it and then store it in your own so that you feel secured about it. So that is the next thing that is coming up. That's already some parts, places people are using, but Web3 is again now picking up because people are complaining that their data is not safe. So Web3 is bringing security over your own data. That is what now the digital ESG focus. E for environmental, S for social, G for government. So in those areas, any of the compliances you want to do is still continue it, and that is another area where gig economy. Any of you know gig economy? What it means? Gig economy means now the world is going towards about employment. In general, you have regular or permanent employees where you get all the salaries paid regularly, and also you will get your all your what to call your eligibility as a permanent employee, uh, your PF, etc., etc., all that you get. In this world, gig economy, where people are going towards contract employees or remote working, flexi working, human roles and new opportunities are getting created for growth. So it is no more a permanent, employment that is slowly vanishing. Remote working options have come. People working on multiple jobs that has come. People working remotely, people are looking. So the market and the digital world is changing dramatically. So Digiyatra, how many of you used it or heard about Digiyatra? Right? So that's a disruption as well as a lack of time. I'm running out. So it is a disruption as well as the opportunity. You see, with the face recognition, they channelize the whole travel to so seamless. I also used Digiyatra not later than today morning. 10 minutes I am inside the boarding area. Exactly 10 minutes. I just walked in, then security area because I don't have check-in luggage. I just 10 minutes finished my whole boarding process. So that is Digiyatra, and they had a purpose. What I want to, here tell that is they had a purpose, they had an impact, they had a technology usage here. So that is where Digiyatra played a major. Digital world current. See there are stable jobs, but then past it was predictable and linear path, as I said before. Now it is spiral. It is no more a stable job. The second one is automation. Talked, global connectivity, all remote. Talked about economic paths. Now it is agile, evolving career, right? So stable jobs. Those days, government jobs, if you go to stable and all of that. Yes, that is completely gone. It has to be. It is no more straight in the ladder. I was asking to my son. My son said within 1 year now I was telling my son, it has taken 6 years for me to become a manager. And with 1 year, this guy is a senior manager. I said, it's not at all fair. He gave a big smile. It's okay, mommy, right? So world is changing. It is how you approach, how you put across, how you react upon the job that is given. To be precise, those days it is all static. This is the requirement, this is the thing. Now it is dynamic. You design your career. It is you who design your career. It is no more, static work role. AI is replacing, right? Replacing everywhere. and how you want to place yourself in the challenging world. That is where I'm just putting across points here. Design your career, just don't choose one, right? So you need to design your career, and it is an iterative, as I said, again, I'm repeating, for you to sustain, right? So, see, I would put it a career path in three ways. One is a beginner, one is intermittent, one is advanced. This is a beginner level. If you are an MBA student, right, you want to do either, into HR static, either finance, you want to get in the Pune, and then do the payments, employee payments and all, you're taking a static job. But your payment also around that. Static jobs will have a static salary paycheck, right? So similarly, you have a doing marketing. There's a marketing area, join as a junior assistant and then start working. You're doing into marketing, you're into inside sales, you're into IT, right? Or you are into HR, you're into operations. You can definitely get in there as a straightforward career. There's no doubt it corporate has that, but these are all will be low profile salaries of what you get. You can choose one. That's the basic jobs. I am here today to challenge you as how you want to be a different person in a way that it gives a powerful, purposeful impact in you. That is what I want to question, right? So, so that way, if you see, if you want to be a powerful person, which you want to bring an impactful career of the way you want to live, then you need to decide how you would design. Empathize, the first one. Understand yourself. Second, define your purpose. What you want to become. We talked about it. Ideate, brainstorm the possible ways of what you want to prototype it. Okay, I want to do it. Let me do a small project. Prototype means, or let me do it for 2 months, 3 months, and see how that is turning out in a way of my choice, right? And then implement. Evaluate the outcome. So this is one way of you designing your career. Skill sets. Talked about again that AI, data analytics, digital transformation, and cyber security. And in this, you can add IoT. You can add what to call supply chain. So, the key technologies that you can, as a hard skills, you can put it. And then the soft skills equally needed for you to support that. Communication definitely, empathy, collaborative, and critical thinking. Much needed. You can add the critical ones alone, I put it. The third one is power skill. Obviously, adaptability is needed, resilient, learning agile, and strong self. That is very, very important. Unless you know what you are good at, what you're not good at, you will not be able to do it, right? Okay. Aligning what you do, why, right? As I said, I want to quote my example again. 7 years back, I want to quit my job. I realized I have not aligned myself well to the job I was my exam. So aligning yourself to role is important, and it is an iterative process. Probably 10 years back, 15 years back, I aligned myself. But then what happened? Suddenly, why is that I felt so frustrated? Why is that I felt my job is so notorious? Why is that I felt that I don't want to work anymore? Because I've not aligned myself to the current passion, to the current technology, to the current industry, right? Aligning is very, very important. At that time, what I did, I'm giving you a little more details here, elaborate for the benefit of you all. So I was working in a company for almost 8 years plus. And I was thinking, I felt that I'm very, very, wanted person in that I want to change myself to the different company. When I came out, want to apply, I felt I'm completely lost. Completely lost. And when I'm trying to apply any company, 80% of the jobs not feeling what I am, what my current skill sets are. I was clueless. It literally felt very, very miserable. That is when then I took a pause. Then I started analyzing myself where I am today. Then I started analyzing where the industry is currently. What is the gap? That is one I did analysis. Second analysis I did is I went to LinkedIn because I always believe My network is my network. How many are agreeing with me? Right? Our net worth is our network. So have good networking. In LinkedIn, I have 10,000 plus connections. I can happily say that, right? So in LinkedIn, what I did, I went and looked into. I want at that time want to become a director, and I ended up becoming senior director, which I felt so happy about, confident about. But what I did, I went to the people of all the directors, the LinkedIn. I studied their profile, what they did, at what point they become a manager to a director, what is their turning point, what they did, and what is the qualifications they have. I listed on all of that in one to two pages, and I listed down my skill set, and I identified the gap. And believe me, I was some those days. I'm not talking about you all, right? I'm very good at procrastination. How many of you know procrastination? I know you all know, but you don't do, right? I was a person victim of procrastination. I will always, felt 8 years, 10 years back that I want to do, will not do. It 1 week goes, 2 weeks go, third week also. No, or tomorrow. And one day I decided, no, this is not the way I'm going to. Then I brought my favorite statement. I started listing down in my bedroom where I walk. Action, mother is the action is the accomplishment. Action is the mother of all accomplishment. Take action today. My favorite quote, right? Action is the mother of all accomplishment. Take action. Then I start first week I to work 21% of what I did. 2 3 weeks. Then I started doing 50. Then I started doing 75, 80. You're doing 50%, you're successful. Don't think 100% you have to be A means A B. Let's be practical, right? Then I started doing my digital transformation course as a part of my gap analysis. Then I started my thought process as a director. As I became a director, I started thinking. I started working. I'm doing my mock prototypes of how would I approach my customers. I taken some, in the internet, some of the business problems, and I started. If I'm going to the customer, how would I address it? So that's when when I applied, I got into directly into senior director, not a director. So it needs effort from your end. It needs your prototyping. It needs what is your purpose, what you want to become. It is very, very important. So when I could do who's from zero level, who doesn't know anything, and today confidently standing in front of you and talking, why not you? Why not you? Why not you? Why do you think you cannot do it? Can you all do it? Yeah. So it needs practice. You're not going to be successful. They won't understand that. But it is very important to know yourself. Very, very important that you should know yourself, what you're good at, what your weaknesses are. I have my own weaknesses even today. No human is perfect. Let's accept that. But your strength, you should be able to showcase. Your strength, you should be able to build upon and start working on. That's very, very important. Career is all about that. Not somebody called, I'll know a little bit, I'll go and work. You'll not be able to withstand that long. You'll not be successful that long. You get frustrated so quickly. So career is a serious affair. I want you all to think really, which direction you want to go. Two more slides, I'll cover and close it up. I'm sorry it's late. Give me 5 minutes, I'll close. Are you all okay if I extend 5 more minutes? Okay. Yeah. So some of the areas you pick it up. See, the career mantra is just 2 to 3 dimensions. Which area, domain you want to work, right? Whether it could be healthcare, it could be life science. We talked about that, right? One direction. Second direction is what is your challenge areas you want to pick. What is that you want? That is how you would align yourself with that. That's all. The mantra is pretty simple, and you decide, and I'm sure you will be 100%. I'm not talking about the careers very basic level people will do. You all a part of a Sri Balaji University means you are something different. So I want you all to think differently where your career is really adding a value to you, to the society, as well as to the community. So pick up a career in a way that for that you need to do this exercise. You need to design your career. These are all some of the areas where I'm telling you. Another some of the domains you could see, some of the roles I put it, and some of the interests pointing to, right? So it's all samples. Okay. The toolkits, how will you build your career? Some of the tools, LinkedIn, personal websites, some of the passionate projects you can do, which is a iterative, or what do you call it? Your sample projects, or learning platforms like Coursera. Coursera, you have, what do you call, many. Udemy. I use Udemy a lot. Even now, I'm doing a course on UI, AI, generative AI. I'm just doing a course. So learning is continuous. And it's inevitable. If you are a growing professional, learning is inevitable. Udemy account, I'm still really still trying to do some courses around communities. A lot of communities in forums you could, especially in LinkedIn, you have a lot of community part of it, learning about it. What do you think? What do you understand from a couple of people about it? Sorry? Knowledge brings money. Okay. Have balance of both to live a life. Objective reality is, I'm closing it. So quickly, please. Two more people. So how the person, gone into these levels? Automatically it went, or they climbed to that level? Nothing is given directly, right? People won't take you directly, with this much level and keep you. Nobody will take you and put you into a director. Okay, you are come here, you are a director. People will not do that, right? You need to work towards that. Number one. Number two, all the ones that is been white color one is a book. You all know that, right? That's nothing but either a knowledge or your experience, right? And the next one is not money in my view. It is their money. You can even relate to money. I would not deny that, right? But it is skill set what you carry. The more you practice and increase your skill set, your visibility, your awareness about things, you will see a greater, know, uh, mindset, greater view, visibility. Like Indra Nooyi had a long-term visibility, long-term career growth mindset she had. She's able to visualize longer. So the more you practice yourself, experience yourself, you spend time on it. What you invest your time, you will become that, right? The more time you invest on the skill, your strength, what you want to project, you will have a long-term. That is what I want to communicate, but you have your own versions. I respect that, but bottom line is you should have a long term visibility for you to sustain in the industry. Imagine, you all imagine 2030 and 35, when the technology is growing, how you want to stand as a working professional in that technology growth, right? You still want to work, right? The technology is growing, digital platform is growing, everything is at your doorstep. I even like this Instamart. Any of you observed the tagline of Instamart? India's last minute app. That is the tagline of Instamart. Many of us work last minute, right? But then they deliver it as a. I did one day compared myself basket, Instamart, Zepto. I see prices, their delivery time, everything. I was quite impressed. User with Instamart. But they so daringly named it as India's last minute app. You miss something, it is acceptable. You failed, it's acceptable. It's fine. You failed, then you learn from it. You miss something, fine. You miss it, fine. You will pick it up next time. So failure is acceptable. India's last minute app has become a know, game changer in our life, as a disruptive, as an opportunity they brought in our life, right? So leading with purpose, your call to action, take your path forward, acceptable steps. So how do you want to be that ideal person is the question I want to leave it today. Do you want to be an ideal person, or you want to be a basic person who work in the industry with a acceptable, what to say, acceptable paycheck, acceptable satisfaction? It's okay, chalega. I will do whatever comes. Want to be that person, or you want to be a person of your choice, where you make a difference in the digital world? That is the question I want to fit. So with that said, a great thank you. Thank you. And you can connect with me on my LinkedIn. And if I could be of any help, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will.
This house is now open for questions.
Thank you.
Last call for question if anyone has a question. Thank you, ma'am. May I now invite Deputy Director, Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Sri Balaji University, Pune, Dr. Rajeshwari Patil, ma'am, to felicitate our guest of honor with token of appreciation. Thank you, ma'am. May I now call upon our student manager, Ms. Khushi Sahu, to put forward vote of thanks.
Once again, good evening, all. I really want to take this opportunity to thank our Chancellor Sir, Sri Professor Paramanandam Balasubramaniam Sir, for giving me this opportunity, because students are always dear to my heart. And that is really, I'm so happy to be in the midst of all of you today. And followed by Dr. Dimple Saini, Dean of SBU, and a Senior Director of Corporate Relations. I want to thank you all. Thank Dr. Dimple, and I also want to thank Dr. Deepali Pulekar. Thank you, ma'am, for being with me throughout the career, for coming throughout this trip, being here and enabling me as seamless visit here. So thank you for all the hospitality. And I really want to thank all the professors, HODs who all are here. And I met, a wonderful set of professors over there. And that is a clear example of the knowledge the university is having where I'm able to interact with them. So it is really great honor to be here. Thank you for the wonderful hospitality and the opportunity. Thank you all. And thank you all too. Bye.
Good evening, everyone. I, Khushi Saul, student manager at Balaji Institute of Technology and Management, Sri Balaji University, Pune. I'm truly honored to extend my heartfelt appreciation to our distinguished guest of honor, Miss Malar Vili, ma'am, for gracing our university being strategic planner, leadership development, and aligning talent management with the overall business strategy. Your insightful perspective have broadened our understanding and encouraged critical thinking. Ma'am, your contribution in shaping the future leader is invaluable. Allow me to underscore the salient insight distilled from this enlightening session. Have a growth mindset. It takes you to greater heights. A curious and courageous mindset future proofs your career. Try, reflect, pivot, repeat. A career journey is a spiral, not a ladder, and many more. Let this be the catalyst for future ventures. With deep gratitude, we celebrate the success of today's session, knowing that the inspiring and motivating thoughts will resonate in our endeavors, propelling us toward new heights. Wishing everyone great evening. Thank you.